السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله، الحمد لله، والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد, I welcome you all to the class of selections from the Quran. And inshallah ta'ala, today we are going to continue from where we left off. Last time we did the first words of this selection in Surah Al-Baqarah. كم من فئة قليلة غلبت فئة كثيرة بإذن الله. So this is Surah Al-Baqarah verses 249 to 252. Inshallah ta'ala, today we'll continue from where we left off. That is verse number 250. Right? 250, inshallah ta'ala. Let's begin. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولما برزوا لجالوت وجنوده قالوا ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. لما, this is لما حينية, لما of time. It sets the period. It sets the period, the time period of the verse. لما, like إذ is used for when in the past tense. إذا is used for when in the future. Lamma can be used for both, but generally for the past. For lamma, from what I know. So lamma is hayniya here. There are two types of lamma we talked about. There's another lamma which means not yet. This is when. وَلَمَّا بَرَزُوا لِجَالُوتَ, when they advanced to meet Jalut, وَجُنُودِهِ, and his forces and his army, قَالُوا رَبَّنَا أَفْرِغْ عَلَيْنَا, O Allah, pour, أَفْرَغَ يُفْرِغُ, أَفْرِغ from for, أَفْرِغْ عَلَيْنَا صَبْرًا, pour upon us patience, وَثَبِّتْ أَقْدَامَنَا, and strengthen us, strengthen our feet, literally strengthen our feet, make us firm in our feet, وَانْصُرْنَا عَلَى الْقَوْمِ الْكَافِرِينَ, and help us against the disbelieving folk. Right, so this is the verse we need to do today. So first he talks about baraza. Baraza, yabruzu buruzan. Baraza is to emerge, come into view, appear. And he has a note for this, additional note number 5 for baraza. Note, shakhsiyatun bariza, outstanding personalities. So the shakhsiyatun bariza is used for outstanding personalities. So bariza doesn't mean emerging personalities, but outstanding. Bariza. Bariz, something which is bariz, which is apparent, which is not hidden. That is called baraza. Baraza yabruzu. So walamma barazu li Jaluta, when they advanced, that means they emerged, they appeared in front of Jalut and his army. That is two armies, they faced each other. قالوا ربنا ربنا. So أفرغ علينا. So فرغ من العمل فراغا, from this is to finish. فرغ. فرغت من العمل, I finished the work. فرغ يفرغ. فرغ يفرغ. Like فرغت من كتابة التقرير, I finished writing الساعة الخامسة, I finished writing the report. تقرير is a report at 5. الساعة الخامسة. So فرغت is to become finishing, is to finish a job, work. أفرغ is to pour something. So see, the meanings are totally not matching here. Finishing and pouring. Maybe pouring also you finish the, from one container to another. So maybe it has that meaning. So that is why never try to guess. Okay, faraga is to finish, so afraga is to make someone finish. No, no, because you need to look at the dictionary. Never guess the forms, the meanings, because most of the time, from my experience, it's very difficult to guess. You have to look at the dictionary. So faraga, afraga, because you might never be able to guess. Okay, afraga means to pour. I don't know. You would not be able to. Afragal, maybe to finish something, but pouring, because we can't pour without finishing that thing, right? So afraga is to pour. Afraga al-ma'a ifragan. Ifragan is the master from for. Faraga is to finish. Afraga to pour out. So afraga Allahu ala fulanin as-sabra. Allah poured on so and so. Fulan means so and so. Patience. So afraga. So poured, that means he's drenched in patience. That means he's so patient in this thing. And you might be like, why is pouring used for patience? So this is this is used majaz or tashbih, right? This is something in tashbih or majaz uh, where you don't compare directly, but you compare with like the action of water. So what you're doing, I mean, fi ghayr al-Quran, that you're taking sabr, thinking it is like water, and then bringing the qualities of water, which is poured out. You see? So you're comparing one thing, and there's a name for this type of tashbih, where lawazimi or something, where you're comparing that thing, all right? And then you're assuming that thing is that itself. So I poured water, I poured patience, or Allah poured patience. You see? um, like, for example, roaring, right? So I'm comparing Hamid to a lion, but I'm not saying directly. I'm saying Hamid roared on the stage, for example. So the lion roars, Hamid's also roaring. I mean, he's speaking nicely or whatever. So I said, Hamid roared in the battlefield. He roared. So it's an indirect comparison. No, it's a superior kind of comparison. Because you're not saying, okay, Hamid is like a lion and he's roaring. No, you're just directly jumping to the roaring thing. This is also superior comparison where pouring is used for patience, because patience is not something we can see, right? I mean, but it's a comparison to water. I hope you understand this tajbih, inshallah, where you're using the things which describe the compared thing or the thing you're comparing with and assuming that. Okay. So afraga is used. Then you have thabata. أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا. Inshallah, once we get to tashbih, we have mushabba, mushabba bihi and all that. Ilmul bayan, that is called. Not ma'ani, ilmul bayan. أفرغ علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا. ثبت يثبت ثبوتا. ثبت, to stand firm. So thabata is for me to stand, or whoever, like Hamid, thabata Hamidun fil ma'arikati. Hamid stood firm. Like, for example, and from that is thabbata. Allah made someone firm. Thabbata Allahu qadamayhi tathbitan. Allah made someone to hold out, literally to fix someone's feet to the ground. Why is it necessary in the battlefield to fix your feet to the ground? That means you don't break ranks and you don't run away. You know, if somebody runs away, they can flank easily. So uh, it's very important for the army to stay and for the wings to be proper, the right wing, left wing, the center, and the vanguard and all that. So thabbata Allahu qadamayhi tathbitan. So thabata is to the person itself, thabata hamidun, and this is thabbata. Thabbata Allahu hamidan, or thabbata Allahu qadamayhi. Allah made him his 2 feet to be firm. Even here, you can see Allah made his 2 feet firm. 2 feet firm. You might be like, okay, but how about his whole body? Right? So this is something, this is also a comparison where al-juz min al-kull, the portion is for, it's assumed fully, right? And why are feet mentioned here? To show emphasis. So instead of saying thabbatallahu, the whole body obviously will be stand firm, right? But you, khadamayhi is mentioned to show the emphasis. And this is many people like people who are against Islam. They say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Kullu shay'in halikun illa wajha. Everything will be destroyed except his face. Correct? Illa wajha. That means except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? The wajh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioned because it's assumed obviously not only his face, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that as such, right? So that's the way it is used. And even kullu shay'in, for example, kullu generally means destroyed everything, but it not necessarily means everything. For example, like the air or the storm which came for Ad or Thamud, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, تُدَمِّرُ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ. They destroyed everything except their houses. So the houses is not destroyed. So everything does not mean houses. So you understand. That's why feet are mentioned. That's my point. Tabbatallahu khadamayhi. That means the whole person. I mean, nobody can say, okay, just his feet are firm and his whole body is not firm. I mean, that's ridiculous to say. Same thing when Allah's face is mentioned, that means only his face is mentioned. No. Okay. And sometimes whole is mentioned. Whole thing is mentioned, but only a portion is meant. Like, I'm going to balagha maybe, but I hope you can understand. يَجْعَلُونَ أَصَابِعَهُمْ فِي آذَانِهِمْ مِنَ الصَّوَاعِقِ حَذَرَ الْمَوْتِ. Right? When thunder claps and all that, they يَجْعَلُونَ أَصَابِعَهُمْ. They put their fingers. Now, I mean, we know that we cannot put a whole finger into our ear. It's just bits of fingers. So the whole fingers are mentioned, but it means part of the fingers. Or you might ask, like, why are the whole fingers mentioned? Yeah? Why not taraful isba? Just the fingertip. Right? Unmula, it is called, no? Or finger, what do you call, fingerprints or like that. Why not? Because to show exaggeration. That means they're so scared, it's almost they put their whole hand into their ears. Munafiqun. So that is the mithal. So there's juz min al kul and kul min al juz. Well, just a portion is mentioned, it's assumed the whole thing is mentioned, and then the whole thing is mentioned, only a portion is because this is you understand through the tafsir. So you see how people can play around. If they don't understand all these things, they can play around and attack the Qur'an. Like, how can you put a whole fingers and all that? But yeah, right, I hope it is clear about those things. So ثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. Al-Qawm, Aqwam, plural is Aqwam. As the word Qawm is plural in meaning, Qawm, it is used as plural in Ala al-Qawm al-Kafirin. Okay. So why not Ala al-Aqwam al-Kafirin? He says, Qawm generally means people. Now, Arabs, for the words denoting people, also they have plural. Peoples, many peoples. So that's why Aqwam, Ala al-Qawm al-Kafirin, because Qawm here means the group, the disbelieving folk. And who are these disbelieving folk? There's only one person, one group, right? That is in front of them. Jalut's army, Goliath's army in front of him as of now. Okay, so that's why qawm is used. It is treated as plural anyways because it's people. Okay, so this verse is done. Verse number 250. وَلَمَّا بَرَزُوا لِجَالُوتَ وَجُنُودِهِ قَالُوا رَبَّنَا أَفْرِغْ عَلَيْنَا صَبْرًا وَثَبِّتْ أَقْدَامَنَا وَانْصُرْنَا عَلَى الْقَوْمِ الْكَافِرِينَ. So he taught us baraza is to appear, apparent, come into view. And then what else? Afraga is to be empty. Afraga is to pour. And thabbata yuthabbitu. Thabbata is to be firm on your own self. Thabbata from that. Fa'ala taf'il is to make someone's feet firm. To make someone firm. Al qawmil qawm aqwam. Like 4 points in this verse. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues, فَهَزَمُوهُمْ بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودُ جَالُوتَ وَأَتَاهُ اللَّهُ الْمُلْكَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ وَعَلَّمَهُ مِمَّا يَشَاءُ وَلَوْلَا دَفْعُ اللَّهِ النَّاسَ بَعْضَهُمْ بِبَعْضٍ لَفَسَدَتِ الْأَرْضُ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ ذُو فَضْلٍ عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ. So with Allah's permission, they routed them. And Dawood killed Jalut, Goliath, and Allah gave him Dawood kingdom and wisdom and taught him what he will do. If Allah were not to check some people by means of others, the world would be filled with mischief. But Allah is full of bounty for the creatures. So فَهَزَمُوهُمْ هَزَمَ الْجَيْشَ هَزْمًا وَهَزِيمًا is to defeat. Right? But I have a doubt about hazama. Because in Urdu we use hazm, like maybe something with a how to digest, right? Right. It meant Allah. But hazama yahzimu is to put to flight, rout, vanquish, defeat, neutralize. No, nothing digested. In hazama is to be defeated. So from 7, from hazama, like in hazama al-kuffaru, the kuffar were defeated. So you use form 7. But hazama is to defeat someone else. In hazama is to be defeated on your own. Because we learned in Madina book, this is called mutawa. Form 1, mutawa is form 7. And what is mutawa? We learned, like, I open the door, that is the action. But I have to say, the door opened on its own, like, I mean, just open through the window, whatever. The door opened. So I don't use fataha al-baba, no. I'll say in fataha al-babu. I use form 7. Form 1, form 7, in fa'ala is the mutawa. And form 2, mutawa is form 5. Like, for example, kassartu zujaja, I broke the glass. Wa takassarat, and it broke. That means it got shattered. So you ascribe the action to the maf'ul, kind of, to the object itself. The door opened, the pen fell, like that. So hazama yahzimu al-jaysha hazman wa hazima is masdar. So 2 masdars, to defeat. So fahazamuhum, defeat. Bi'idhnillah, idhn, we talked, idhn means permission, adhina yadanu. Wa khatala Dawood Jaluta, very simple, Dawood killed, fail file, maful. Wa atahu Allahu al-mulk. This is, people get confused very much. So atayati is to come. Ata, if it comes with a ba, it means to bring. And from 4, from this ata yu'ti, is to give. Is to give. Ata yu'ti. It is same as a'ta yu'ti, with a ta. Ain, a'ta. Same meaning. Ata yu'ti or a'ta yu'ti, same meaning. So ata yu'ti is to give, from 4. Ita, and where's the hamza? It's mixed and became mad, no? Ata yu'ti ita, and to give, it takes 2 objects. Ata yu'ti and a'ta yu'ti, similar to that, takes 2 maf'ulun bihis. If you remember, there's something called a'ta wa akhawatuha or something. That means a'ta, and it's 2 sisters, and it's many sisters actually. Whenever you give someone or clothe them or feed them, not feeding, I guess, but clothing, giving, it takes 2 objects. 2 objects. So you give someone something. أعطيتك الكتابة or أعطيتك الكتابة. I gave you the book. So آتاني المدرس كتابا مفيدا. The teacher gave me a beneficial book. So the ya is the maf'ulun bihi awwal, and kitaban is maf'ulun bihi thani, right? And mufidan is just not for kitab. Atani. So ata, why is this used? Allah spoke about the wars over, and then Allah spoke about Dawood alayhi salam. فَآتَاهُ اللَّهُ الْمُلْكَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ, about Dawood. And Allah gave him the kingdom and wisdom. وَعَلَّمَهُ مِمَّا يَشَاءُ, and taught him what he willed. Al-hikmah, wisdom, plural is hikamun. Hikam. Hikmatun. Hikamun is the plural, hikmah. Hikam. Okay. Next is lawla. Lawla is talking again about lala, although he talked about it in Madina books. Walawla daf'ul, just for a review. Walawla daf'ullahi an-nas. This is harf imtina' lil wujud. Lawla, hadn't not been for Allah correction. Dafa'a yadfa'u is to push, rebel. So lawla, but for. Example, lawla hadha al-kitabu ma ta'allamtu al-lughata al-arabiyyata. But for this book, I would not have learned Arabic. See, book 3, I think this is, I don't know what D means. Or directory 3, lesson 22. Directory, I don't know, directory. That's in Madina book 3, lesson 22. He taught lawla. There's another law. If this has not been, this would have not happened. I mean, both things did not happen in لو درست لنجحت. If you would have studied, you would have passed. But you did not study, you did not pass. But here, one thing is present because of this thing, another thing did not happen. That means had it not been for this book, I would not have learned Arabic language. In this ayah, daf'un is mubtada and its khabar is understood, may be construed as mawjudun, and the sentence lafasadatil ardu is the jawab of lawla. He says what? لولا دفع الله الناس بعضهم ببعض دفع الله الناس. So anytime لولا is used, the khabar is understood. موجود. Had it not been for the checking of Allah, dafa means checking here. That means Allah checks people, repels people. موجود is understood. So لولا الهواء موجود. Had not been for air, لهلك الناس. People would have died. هلك. So لولا دفع الله الناس بعضهم ببعض checks some people by means of another. مفعول به. لفسدت الأرض. This is the jawab of لولا. لولا. And دفع يدفع is to push, repel. Push like. And it's also used to pay. If you remember, دفعت المال. That means I paid because you're pushing the money out of your pocket. دفع is to pay. We have an additional note. 6, midfa is a gun. Midfa is a gun cannon, an instrument of pushing because the bullet is pushed through the burning and whatnot. Madafi'. Midfa'un rashashun, machine gun, rashash. Midfa. He used another word for a gun. I forgot, in Medina books there was a word for gun. But mitfa was not used. He used something else in Medina books. If I But mitfa is also a gun. Gun, cannon, whatever. Mitfa'un rashashun is a machine gun, rashash. And daf'ullahi nasa, here nasa is the maf'ul bihi of the masdar. So remember, ismul fa'il, ismul maf'ul, or the masdar itself could take objects or files or whatever. So dafa'a, you might be like, why is a noun taking maf'ul bihi? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. So all the mushtaqat, ismul fa'il, qatil, maqtul, and qatl, you can use maf'ulun bihi. Daf'ullahi nasa. This is the maf'ulun bihi of the masdar. Because it's the same meaning of the verb, right? Here, an-nasa is the maf'ulun bihi and ba'dahum bi ba'd is the badal. If you notice, daf'ullahi nasa ba'dahum bi ba'd. Nasa and then ba'dahum bi ba'd. Not all the people, but some of them or the others, because wars are not taking place all the time, right? But sometimes Allah checks the people through wars. Ba'da is the badal of an-nasa. And then fasada yafsidu. Fasada yafsidu fasadan, to corrupt, become bad, rotten, corrupted. Fasada. Like fasadat tufahatu, an apple became rotten. Fasada. So this was the words. Let's read it again. فَهَزَمُوهُمْ بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. Hazama yahzimu, right? Hazama yahzimu, yeah, to defeat. وَقَتَلَ دَاوُودُ جَالُوتَ وَآتَاهُ اللَّهُ. Ata yuti, he talked about it. وَآتَاهُ اللَّهُ الْمُلْكَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ. Hikmah, plural is hikam. وَعَلَّمَهُ مِمَّا يَشَاءُ. And he taught him whatever he wanted and whatever he wishes. وَلَوْلَا دَفْعُ اللَّهِ. He talked about لَوْلَا دَفْعُ اللَّهِ النَّاسَ. دَفَعَ يَدْفَعُ is to repel. دَفَعَ يَدْفَعُ. And he talked about mitfa is a what do you call pistol. وَلَوْلَا دَفْعُ اللَّهِ النَّاسَ بَعْدَهُمْ بِبَعْضٍ لَفَسَدَتِ الْأَرْضِ. This lam is used for positive sentences. Always when law comes or lawla comes, we have the lam as a jawab. If it is negative, there's no need for lam. But law and lawla require lam for affirmative jawab. لَفَسَدَتِ الْأَرْضِ. And ard is feminine. Ard. The land would have been corrupted. By the way, ard is used as land as well as earth. Both are used in the Quran. So the context describes, is it land or what they translate here? The world. Yeah, they translate as a world. So even the land, yeah. وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ ذُو فَضْلٍ عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ. But Allah is full bounty, bountiful, fadl, ni'mah, على العالمين, on the creatures. Creatures, it translates. Alameen literally means the worlds. Dafayat fa, okay. Then last words I get. تِلْكَ آيَاتُ اللَّهِ نَتْلُوهَا عَلَيْكَ بِالْحَقِّ. These are Allah's revelations which we recite to you. وَإِنَّكَ لَمِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. And you certainly are one of the messengers. And this is the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala generally concludes various surahs, various, scenes. These are the verses. Because to show us that we would not have known if Allah had not told us this, right? If we had not gotten, may Allah protect us from the message of Islam or whatever, we would not have known all these things. So Allah reminds us the favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tilka ayatullahi natluha alayka bilhaq. These are Allah's revelations which we recite to you in truth. وَإِنَّكَ لَمِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. And you certainly are one of the messengers. لَمِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. So tala yatlu, he talks about natluha. Yatlu tilawatan is to recite. Is to recite. He has an additional note for this, additional note number 7. Tala yatlu tuluwan is to follow. Similar, right? Same root letter, everything same, except the master is different. Tala yatlu tilawatan, this is tuluwan, to follow, to come after one another. So don't get confused, right? So atali is the following, atali. Atiya, ati is also which atis comes. Note this. Huwa yurasiluni yursilu ilayya risalatan tilwa ukhra. Tilwa is also used. Huwa yurasiluni, he writes to me. Rasala yurasilu is to correspondate. I mean, use correspondence, communicate. Yursilu ilayya, he sends me letter after another. One letter. That means successively he keeps sending letters. Risalatan tilwa ukhra. So tilwa is like following another. One letter after another. So there are two talayatlu. Huh? One is to recite, another is to follow. Talayatlu. Then natluha alayka. Tilka ayatullahi natluha alayka. He says natluha alayka is hal here. And the sahibul hal is the file of the verb nushir. We point to. Note that asma'ul ishara like hada, hadihi, dhalika, tilka actually mean ushiru, nushiru. We point to. When we say hada, he's telling us that means I point to or we point to. Hada al-baytu, that means I'm pointing towards this house. Okay. So it's assumed that there's a verb nushiru. Why not say the verses of Allah is the sahibul hal? We recite. Okay. Because, okay, maybe tilka is actually a sahibul hal. He says we should not say tilka, you have to say nushiru. We point to. I mean, let me see what they've told. Because he says ushiru, nushiru, but I don't think they've used. Which verses? 252. Let's see what the sahibul hal is. تلك آيات الله نتلو عليك بالحق. الجملة في محل نصب آيات أو آيات الله بدل من اسم الشاعر. وجملة نتلوها خبر. So they're doing two ways. One way is this is the hal, but it doesn't talk about the sahibul hal, the dhul hal. He says, okay, this is the badal of this. Those are the verses of Allah. We recite. So, and this is the khabar. So this is like one thing. There are two ways they're doing this. I mean, in this al-i'rab al-muyassar. And this is the khabar. And this is the mubtada, and this is the khabar. Or this could be the hal of it. If you say this is the hal, then the sentence is this is the mubtada and this is the khabar. That means those are the verses of Allah. Like you say, and there's a huwa or hiya understood here, no? If you remember Damirul Fasl, he taught us. Like generally, whenever Ma'rifa comes after the Ismul Ishara, it is badal. But it could also mean a whole sentence like ذَلِكَ الْفَوْزُ الْعَظِيمُ. That means ذَلِكَ هُوَ الْفَوْزُ الْعَظِيمُ. You can have both ways. Huh? But generally, we should use Damirul Fasl or for general speech, like if there's confusion or something. But if it's not confusing, like Dalikal Fawzul Azim, it's not like that great victory and you're waiting for something, right? No, it's understood because generally when there's no damirul fasl, the damir huwa, whatever in between, that means, and you use a naat or you find a naat in the Quran anyways, that means the complete, or you have tilka ayatullahi, this is the mubtada khabar, tilka hiya ayatullah, that is, those are the verses of Allah we recite to you. Okay. All right. Then, وَإِنَّكَ لَمِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ, arsala is to send. The ismul maf'ul is mursal, one who sent, which has the same meaning as rasul. Mursal also means rasul, which has been sent. Which has been sent. Okay. I mean, this is basic stuff anyway. So this is how we end with this Suratul Baqarah. 4 verses of it. All right, additional notes, we've read them appropriately time. Let's do the exercises today. Exercise number, identify the following grammatical elements in the text. So it's just reviewing us how much we understood the text and all the grammar things. So find out lamma hiniya. Where is it in the Quran? Any lamma is all lammas are lamma hiniya in these verses. So any lamma here, lamma, this lamma, that lamma, all are lamma hiniya. When. This lamma, there's so many lammas, no? 1, 2, falamma, 3. Anything else? I see 3 lamma. Because it's very important to understand this, because it's so many times you see lamma, lamma, lamma. The not yet one lamma is very less. This is the lamma which is so common. When this happened, when this happened, when this happened. And it's generally used with past tense, from what I've noticed. Okay, we've seen lamma, hiniya. Next we have la nafiyatul lil jins. So I have to go to those verses and find la of class negation. Let's see. I don't know where. La taqata. Yeah, I just remember. Yeah. La taqata. فلما فصل طالوت بالجنود قال إن الله. There's no la nafiya, la li nafil jins here. إلا. No, that's illa. I think la taqata. Yeah, this one. La taqata lana al-yawma. La of that is any type of power. La of class negation. Then we have al-lamul muzhalaqa. We have to find a lam which is muzhalaqa in the Quran. I mean, in those verses. I don't remember where is it. So lamul muzhalaqa, remember, it should always come with inna. Binahar illa khalilan minhum falamma ja'ahum. I want innas. And remember, inna will always come. I mean, most of the time will come in the starting. Anna will come in between the sentence. Inna is always starting. I don't know where it is. Maybe he means this. No, this is the jawab of lawla. Where is inna? Oh, here. Here. Like the last. وَإِنَّكَ لَمِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. So this is lam is lam muzhalaqa. Lam muzhalaqa. I hope you know what is lam muzhalaqa. Skating lam. Okay, next thing, what does he want? حرف امتناع لوجود. We know this. It's لولا دفع الله الناس. This is called حرف امتناع لوجود. لولا بدل yeah. Not تلك آيات الله. Maybe you can see something else. بدل. بعدهم ببعض. Yeah. بعدهم ببعض is the بدل. Because لولا دفع الله الناس is the مبدل منه is the الناس, and بعدهم ببعض is the بدل. Then he wants جمع المذكر السالم المحذوف النون للإضافة. He wants a جمع مذكر سالم and the noon is deleted in the الإضافة. للإضافة because of إضافة. Like Banu Israel, no? It was actually Banuna Israel. Indians, Muslimun al-Hind becomes Muslimu al-Hindi. The noon drops, no? For duals and plurals. Like tanween drops in singular words, the noon drops. I don't know where it is. ولما فصل. We have to have مبتليكم. Yeah, here. مبتليكم. Because this is plural, no? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used plural. مبتليكم, it was actually مبتلون. Yeah. And then مبتلين and the noon drop. We are the testers. مبتليكم. I mean, Allah is the testers. Wait, no. No. ابتلى يبتلي. No, not this one. No. ابتلى يبتلي, the verb itself is ناقص. No. No, it's not. I was thinking like Muslimi. It's not. ابتلى يبتلي. No, it's singular. ابتلى يبتلي مبتلي. It's منقوص. No. Something else. فشربوا منه إلا قليلا منهم لما جاء قال بجالوت وجنوده. It should be una or ina, and the noon has been dropped because of idafa. Mulaqullahi. Oh, okay. Here. Mulaquna, it became mulaqu. Here it is. Mulaqu. Laqa, yulaqi is to meet. Laqiya is also to meet. Al-alamul ajami. Oh, Jalut or Talut. A name which is foreign. So Jalut, Talut is not. Oh, Dawood. All these names are diptotes. غير منصرف. Kam al khabariya. Kam of khabariya. He taught us last time in the last verse. Kam min fiatin khalilat. And we learned kam al khabariya. That means you're not actually asking how many, but you're just showing wonder. Kam min rajulin. How many men laqita did you meet? Correct the following sentences. Correct the following. Okay, let's see. تخرجت وصديقي بلال عام 2005, so 2005 miladi. Can anyone correct this? We learned this last time, so anyone can guess? I graduated. Takharraja is to graduate. I'll tell you the meaning. I graduated and my friend Bilal. I'm 2005. 2005 miladi. So, anyone? Just try to guess. If you're not sure, I'll give you a hint. Should I give you a hint? Bilal? No. No. It should be Bilalun. I'll give you a hint. The hint is Uskun anta wa zawjuka. Ya Adam, uskun anta wa zawjuka al-jannata. No idea. So here you see this wow. This is just a technical mistake. I cannot say I graduated and my friend in Arabic. This wow is going back to the two. Yeah. So I cannot, this is weak. Yeah. It should not be there. No, it should be there. Something else should be there. That is huwa should be there. Oh, sorry. Ana should be there. So I have to say takharrajtu ana wa sadiqi. I need two plurals. I mean, two pronouns here, not plurals. Two pronouns here. Yeah, this is the mistake. Like uskun anta wa zawjuka. So atf cannot be made on a damir muttasil, on an attached pronoun. Atf cannot be made on an attached pronoun or a hidden pronoun for that matter. Like, for example, Hamid and Khalid went. So I say, I mean, he went and Khalid went. Like in English also, I have to repeat it, right? He went and Khalid. It won't sound good, I guess. You can say he and Khalid went, yeah, fine. All right? But he went and Khalid, you have to repeat went, I guess, in English. Similarly, here, so takharrajtu ana wa sadiqi. I passed. So dhahaba wa hamidun. I cannot say dhahaba wa hamidun. No. Because it might seem like, okay, he went and Hamid, you're waiting for something else. So I have to say dhahaba huwa wa hamidun. He went and Hamid. I mean, literally, you won't translate that huwa, I guess. But so takharrajtu ana wa sadiqi. I graduated and my friend Bilal ama 2005 miladi. Understood. Ana should be added then. Yes, that's a mistake. I mean, it's missing. Naam, alhamdulillah. Second, أين أبوك؟ خرج وعمي إبراهيم قبل قليل. Same thing here. Where is your father? He left and my uncle Ibrahim قبل قليل. So what should be added here? Which pronoun? With as in ma? Yeah, yeah. He left. Yeah, we can use ma. Fine. Yeah, yeah. We can use ma. Correct. But we don't want to use ma. We have to say, we want to say, I mean, we don't know if they left together, whatever, right? He left and my uncle left, like here. I mean, they might have gone together or they might have gone separately. I don't know. I'm just saying they both left. Hmm. I mean, I can use Myanmar, but I'm not sure. I mean, did they go together or not? I just want to say they both left. So kharaja wa ammi Ibrahim qabla khalilin. He left and my uncle left. So I have to use left again a while ago. Qabla khalil. Yani qabla waqtin khalilin. So here you have to use huwa. Here we use ana, right? Here we have to kharaja huwa wa ammi. So you add a huwa here. Kharaja huwa wa ammi. Because I cannot say wow. Atf cannot be made on something which is hidden. I mean, it's weak. All right. Ya Ali, idhab wa akhuka ila masjid. Can anyone answer this at least? Third one. Oh Ali, go and your brother to the masjid now. Anta, yes. Alhamdulillah. All right. I hope you've got. All right. Idhab anta wa akhuka ila masjid al-an. So people might ask you, why anta? Well, yes. Alhamdulillah. All right. It's clear now. Alhamdulillah. اذهب أنت وأخوك إلى المسجد. Because even if you listen to it, you might find اذهب وأخوك. I mean, what? اذهب أنت وأسكن يا آدم أسكن أنت وزوجك الجنة وكلا منها رغدا حيث شئتما ولا تقربا هذه الشجرة. Rewrite the following sentences using the passive voice. Write your answer with full vowel marks. فتحة ضمة كسرة. وقتل داوود جالوت. Can anyone do this? Passive. Very simple. This is book 2. I mean, book 3, lesson 3. Or 2, I think. Make it passive. So how do you make it passive? You delete the file, Dawood, and you have to say Jalut was killed. Very simple. Makhtul? No. No. How do you make qatala as majhul? مقتول is اسم المفعول. قتل. نعم. أحسنت. وقتل جاء and then no issues. Yeah. بارك الله. And قتل جالوتا. جالوتو. Which one? 2. Yes. Jalutu. Because that is naib file. وقتل جالوت. Yes. Jalut was killed. Okay. Read the following and answer the questions that follow it. فمن شرب منه فليس مني من لم يطعمه فإنه مني. Whoever drinks from it is not from me. Whoever does not taste it, he is from me. So he's from me. What do pronouns in minhu and yata'amhu refer to? Okay, let's see. Where's minhu? فمن شرب minhu. What does this min go back? Who go back to? From the water, no? Min al ma. And yata'amhu also goes back to the water. Yeah, okay. Who's meant by the pronoun minni? Who's minni here? Is in the king, Talut. Talut. Okay. Why do falaysa and فإنه take the fa? Can you tell me this one? فمن شرب منه فليس مني ومن لم يطعمه فإنه مني. So this is, if you remember, lesson 13, 14, 15, when fa comes and when does not. One is jamid, ismiyatun talabiyatun wa bijamid wa bima wa bilan wa biqad with tanfiz, that is seen and sofa wa bika'annama. All these take fa. So innahu is ismiya, because inna always comes on noun, so it's a jumla ismiya. And laysa is jamid, so we have a fa. The jawabu shart, when does it take a fa? Lesson 13, 14, 15. No, mostly lesson 15 of Madina book 3. Read the following and answer the questions that follow it. فَشَرِبُوا مِنْهُ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا مِنْهُمْ. What does the pronoun in minhu? Minhu is water. I mean, they drank from it. The ha is goes back to the water. Who are meant by the pronoun minhum, the army of Talut. Identify the mustathna minhu in the sentence. Illa qalilan minhu. Mustasna minhu is the wow here. Mustasna minhu is the bigger group, remember? Right? Ja'at tullabu illa hamidan. All the students came except Hamid. So what is Mustathna minhu? The big group, the students. Similarly here, they drank from it. Who are they? The army. So the wow is the Mustathna minhu. And this is called Mustathna, exception. Illa qalilan. This is a smaller one. No? So all of them drank except a few. So all is the Mustathna minhu, the wow. Is the nasb of qalilan wajib or jaiz? It is wajib. If you remember any positive sentence, the second last lesson of second last or third last of Madina book 3, we learned wajib or jaiz. Jaiz is anyways rare. It'll never be jaiz. Huh? So don't worry about this jaiz stuff because it's very rare. It's only used with imma, if you remember, in plus ma, which is very rare. But it's most of the time wajib if it comes in positive sentences. Positive. So you can make it mansoob. Okay, it could be jaiz also. I mean, if it's a negative sentence, so you have an option. But here it's mansoob because it's a positive. Muthbat. What does ghurfatan mean each of the following sentence? Sixth question. So غرفة. اغترفت من هذا النهر الجميل غرفة. I took a scoop from this beautiful river, Nahr Ghurfatan, a scoop. So Ghurfa, he wants us to understand the two meanings of Ghurfa. One is a room, another is a scoop of water. How much of it? So this is a scoop of water, one palm's size of water. And this is Uridu Ghurfatan bi sariraini. I want a room. Ghurfa here means a room with two beds. Sariraini, Ghurfatan. Seventh, you have learned the word ghulfa for the amount of water scooped up, ghulfatan, scooped up water. Derive the noun on the pattern of fu'latan from hafara, to dig. Hafara hufratan. The dug thing, the dug land is called hufra, the pit, hufra. Hasa yahsu is to sip, so huswatan. I think it's a wow, yeah. Huswatan. It is used two babs. I know. Madagha yamdaghu is to chew. So mudgha. Mudgha. Mudgha comes in the Quran, no? Somewhere. Mudgha is chewed up flesh or something. So madagha yamdaghu mudghatun. Madagha yamdaghu is used and also madagha yamdughu. Both are used, he says, for madagha, to chew. Madagha. Madaghtu, I chewed. Madagha. Chewing has a sound, so even the letters are heavier. Madagha. Khata yakhtu, to step. Khata yakhtu. So khutwatun is used. And the Quran also is used. Was la tattabi'u khutuwat ash-shaytan or something? I think it's not tattabi'u, it's something else. La tattabi'u, no. Khutuwat ash-shaytan. Khutuwat ash-shaytan is used, but I don't know if it's tattabi'u. Let me check. La tattabi'u. Yeah. Footsteps of shaitan, yeah. Don't follow the footsteps of shaitan. A footstep is called. And that means footsteps of shaitan means shaitan plays tricks. It doesn't come directly and says, okay, do shirk or whatever. It comes slowly. Okay, first, I mean, a good example which someone gives is okay, like a boy and girl meet. Okay, just meeting. Yeah, khata'a is a mistake, yes. So a boy and girl meets and slowly it leads to problems. It comes very slowly. So that's footsteps of shaitan. Right? Something might seem halal, but then later on it'll go to haram. Khata'a with a hamza. Khata'a yakhta'u. This is khata'a yakhtu. Khata'a yakhtu, like da'a yad'u. So khata'utu, I took a step. And then hazama yahzimu is to tie up, bundle. So huzmatun is the bundle itself. Huzma. So hazama with a ha is to defeat. Fahazamuhum with a ha is to tie up. Hizam. There was a Sahabi also, Hakim ibn Hizam. Hizam with a ha. He was an old man, and I don't know what his story is. Hakim ibn Hizam. Yeah, it's Hizam. Yeah. His father was called Hizam. Okay. He was a nephew of Khadija radiallahu anha. He has various ahadith, Hakim ibn Hizam. Completed the following sentence using the frame Ba'duhum Ba'da. He just wants us to practice Ba'duhum Ba'da because this is not something in English. So Hanna an-nasu Ba'duhum Ba'da. The people congratulated each other. Hanna, yuhanni'u tahniyatun. Hanna is to congratulate. Rahaba is to welcome. Rahaba. Hanna is to congratulate. Tahniya. Sallama an-nasu ba'duhum ala ba'd. So sallama requires an ala. So ba'duhum ala ba'd. We cannot say ba'duhum ba'da here. We have to use, people say salam, some of them on others. Ba'duhum ba'da. Safaha an-nasu ba'duhum ba'da. I think safa does not require anything. So ba'duhum ba'da. Nadara requires an ila. So people looked at each other. So nadara an-nasu ba'duhum ila ba'din. So the fa'il and maf'ul. ينبغي ألا يشك الأصدقاء. If you remember last time he taught us this. مشكوك فيه. It requires a fee. Why did he teach us this? He said غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. مغضوب عليهم. So مغضوب عليهم. مشكوك على. مشكوك فيهم. That it's used. مفعول اسم المفعول. So ينبغي ألا يشق الأصدقاء بعضهم في بعضهم أو في بعض. It's mandatory that the friend should not doubt. Shakka yashuku is to doubt some of them on the others. That means on each of them. ينبغي أن يساعد الناس. Saada requires an ala, I guess. بعضهم على بعض. Sa'atu hamidan. No, it's not required. Sa'atu ala, no ala. I helped Hamid. So ينبغي أن يساعد الناس بعضهم بعضا. All right, last two questions. Write the bab of each of the following words. Fasala. Just a review of the vocabulary. Fasala yafsilu. We learned fasala is to judge as well as to separate. But here in this verse, fasala is to embark, set out. وَلَمَّا فَصَلَ طَالُوتُ. In the starting, just go up. Fasala. Yeah. فَلَمَّا. It's فَلَمَّا. فَلَمَّا فَصَلَ طَالُوتُ بِالْجُنُودِ. طَالُوت with a ta. So fasala yafsilu is to set out. Fasala yafsilu. Yafsilu is also to separate, to judge. Yafsilu baynahum yawm al-qiyamati. Next we have ta'ima yat'amu is to taste or eat. Both is used. Ta'ima yat'amu bab samya. Hazama yahzamu. I think it's yahzamu, yeah. To defeat. Ghalaba yaghlibu, overcome. Nasara yansuru, to help. Very simple. Laqiya yalqa is to meet. Laqitu hamidan, I met Hamid. Baraza yabruzu. Walamma barazu is to appear. Dafa yadfa'u is to push, repel. Sha'a yasha'u to wish. Dhanna yadhunnu to think. One also means to doubt. But here, one means to be certain also sometimes. الذين يظنون أنهم ملاقو ربهم. They'll meet their Lord. Fasada yafsidu, to corrupt. Yafsidu. Tala yatlu is to recite. Jawaza is to cross something, like Javastul baita. I passed by the house. Jawaza could also mean crossing the limits of Allah. So like ta'adda yata'adda kind of. Allama is to teach. Allama yu'allimu. Ata yuti, to give. Ightarafa is to scoop up. Ightarafa. Tabbata, make someone firm. Ibtala yabtali, to test someone. From bala yablu. And afraga is to pour. So these verbs should become like your own. How do you make it your own? By writing them, by making sentences with them, So the next time they come in the Quran, you should not have any problem with these verbs, right? You should make them your child. That's how you learn. So these verbs become yours, then khalas, you don't need to study about them at all later on. Uh, Use each of the following words in a sentence of your composition. Lawla. You have to make sentences. So lawla, lawla la halakat nas. Lamma. Lamma ja Hamidun jalas. When Hamid came, he sat. Lamma ja Hamidun takallamtu ma'ahu. I spoke with him. When Hamid came, I spoke with him. See, I'm setting a time period. Lamma sets a time period. Like when Hamid came, I spoke with him. Qatala. Qatala is simple. Qataltul hayyata. Ightarafa. Igtaraftu. Like he used, I scooped up. What did I scoop up? Ma'an min al-bahri. Ghurfatan. Yeah, fine. One scoop from the sea. Igtaraf. Bahar. Bahar is an ocean. Oh no, Muhit is an ocean. Bahar is sea. علم يعلم علمت حامدا. I taught Hamid اللغة العربية. اللغة العربية. I taught Hamid Arabic language. Next week, inshallah ta'ala, we'll go to the greatest verse in the Quran. That is the Ayatul Kursi. Inshallah ta'ala. And a few verses after that, like Rafidin, Allah waliyul ladina amanu. Alam tara illa alladhina hajja Ibrahima fi rabbih. Ibrahim al-Islam's story with the king, inshallah ta'ala, from verses 255 to 258, inshallah ta'ala. So we'll go into each verbs and all those things, and it's a long lesson, so we might take 3 classes. Additional notes are also many, because so many verses now. And after that, but few exercises, just 6 of them. After that, we have وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. This is Surah Al Imran, inshallah. That will be lesson 4. Inshallah. So this is the way you become closer and closer, inshallah, to the Quran. Inshallah. So this is the book 1 I always recommend for a person to begin after reading Medina books. So many people go to some other books of others authors, but I always suggest take one author, finish all of his books, and then go to another one. Especially when you don't know what you want to specialize in Islamic studies, right? Because you'll know his style, the way he explains and stuff. Even in Islamic studies, take one sheikh, take his book, like for example, Sheikh Ibn Uthaymeen, take his books, rahimahullah, and then finish all of his books in every subject, and then move on to someone else, because you'll know his style, you'll be able to read it easily. But if you go to some other, I want to read Ibn al-Qayyim or other classical scholars, you need time to get used to their writing style, their way of speaking, the way they write, and you'll be skipping from books to books. Inshallah. My goal is also on my channel to do all the books of Shaykh Ibn al-Uthaymeen, inshallah, before we go to other books on the channel, because he explains everything very nicely. Even his Alfiya ibn Malik is really well done. I would suggest, instead of going to Qatrun Nada, which I'm finding very difficult, we could start, later on someday, start with Alfiya, inshallah. There's so many shuruh of Alfiya ibn Malik, and 1,000 couplets. Those will take a few years for us to finish, but yeah. Alfiya. Yeah, we have so many things to do, inshallah. There's so many books to do. It's just begun. Yeah, we have to start Balagha, I have to start fiqh. I didn't start any book on fiqh because I'm very weak in fiqh nowadays. I'm getting a lot of questions in fiqh. I need fiqh refresh. There's so many things. Fiqh we have to start with, inshallah, maybe after Ramadan. Sheikh Salih al-Fawzan's book, which we studied for 4 years, Mulakhas al-Fiqhi, Summary of Islamic Jurisprudence. And that is the book. And inshallah, after that, we'll go to Sharh al-Mumti and Fiqh. I think these 2 books are enough for beginning. Then we can go to other books like Dalil al-Talib or Fiqh al-Muyassar, the books also there. Inshallah, fiqh. I have to start usul al-fiqh also. I don't have so many things. Barakallahu feekum, jazakallahu khairan, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.